Think your leftovers in the fridge are old? Try 14,000 years old. Today we're swapping Michelin stars for Paleolithic pits.
Welcome to SciCuriosID, where curiosity meets science.
We're diving into the menu of our ancestors to see what they were cooking before restaurants were even a thing. Spoiler alert, it wasn't just raw mammoth. Our journey begins in the vast deserts of the Middle East, where the very first recipes were written in stone and ash. First stop, Jordan, 14,000 years ago. Long before the first farm was ever plowed, the Natufian people were already master bakers. According to a 2018 study in PNAS, researchers found charred remains of flatbread here. It turns out we were sandwich ready. 4 millennia before we even figured out how to grow wheat systematically. Talk about being ahead of the culinary curve. These early bakers used wild ancestors of wheat and barley. This discovery changed everything we knew about the origins of the agricultural revolution. Agriculture didn't start the bread. Bread started agriculture. Scientists found over 600 charred food remains in these ancient hearths, proving that baking was a widespread practice long before the first permanent settlements. Imagine the smell of fresh bread wafting through a village 14,000 years ago. It's a sensory bridge to our deepest past. Every grain analyzed tells a story of survival, innovation, and the birth of culinary culture. But our culinary timeline doesn't stop there. We travel across continents to find the next milestone in human dining. Fast forward to Lajia, China, 4,000 years ago. An earthquake and a flood turned a simple lunch into a time capsule. The Yellow River, often called the cradle of Chinese civilization, also acted as a sudden preserver of daily life. In 2005, Nature reported the discovery of millet noodles preserved under a thick layer of silt. It was an accidental masterpiece of preservation. They look surprisingly like modern spaghetti, proving that the world's love affair with carbs is truly ageless. These noodles were made from foxtail and broomcorn millet. Unlike modern wheat noodles, these gluten-free ancients were pulled and stretched by hand, a technique still celebrated in China today. The resemblance is uncanny. It shows that even 4,000 years ago, we had figured out one of the most efficient ways to enjoy grains. The Lajia discovery settled a long-standing debate about where noodles originated. China takes the gold medal in the noodle marathon. The silt created an airtight seal, preventing oxygen from breaking down the delicate organic matter. It's a miracle of geology. Without that specific combination of flood and silt, this 4,000-year-old meal would have been lost to time forever. From the riverbanks of China, we move to the golden sands of the Nile for a food that refuses to decay. Now for dessert. In the tombs of ancient Egypt, archaeologists found honey that is over 3,000 years old. Tucked away in sealed clay jars, this liquid gold was left as an offering for the afterlife. The kicker? It's still edible. Thanks to its low moisture and acidic pH, bacteria just can't move in. It's a natural preservative that defies the laws of biology. As noted by the Smithsonian, honey is the only food that truly lasts forever. It's the ultimate best before date, which is to say there isn't one. Ancient Egyptians valued honey not just as food, but as medicine and a sacred substance. It was the sweetness of the gods. Think about it. Honey from the time of Tutankhamun is still as sweet today as it was when the bees first made it. Honey was a luxury, traded across empires and hoarded by pharaohs. It was the first universal sweetener. Modern beekeepers still find the methods of the ancients fascinating. Some things, like the perfection of honey, never need an upgrade. From the cradle of the Nile to the riverbanks of the Yellow River, our culinary journey shows a shared human spirit of discovery. From Jordan's hearths to China's floods and Egypt's tombs, our ancestors were surprisingly sophisticated foodies. These dishes aren't just scraps. They are the recipes that built civilization. They remind us that we've always been more than just survivors. So, if you could take a bite of any dish from history without getting a stomachache, what would it be? Let us know in the comments below. I'm SciCuriosID, and thanks for joining us on this tasty trip through time. See you next time.
Thanks for watching SciCuriosID. Until next time.